Hey YouTube. So I was looking at my videos and I haven't done one of these car chat really of me talking, and it's kind of hot, so I'm probably gonna be sweating. And I'm trying to hold this as far away as I can because I've looked at some of my old videos and I'm like, all up in your grill. It's not pretty. But what I was thinking about today is, you have a lot of investors now kind of panicking in a sense, right? With this little market dip that we've had. It's not a crash. It's not even a correction yet, I don't think. And it's just, it's not good, sure. But, those new to, the stock market may want to reflect, because I see a lot of people, oh, I'm selling out of this or I'm selling out of that. And it's like, this is not the time to sell. And I know that, new people, that's a, gut reaction, right? If you start seeing, if you start seeing money fall out of your pocket, you start to think, I need to reach down and pick it up before it all blows away. This thing's not cooperating with me. But I wanted to think back, right? And look at 2008 when we had the major market crash, right? Which was, I don't know what it was. Some of you can, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it was 40-50% drop in 2008. So I started thinking back, well, what was I doing in 2008? And I started to think about it. And, of course, I just started investing in 2018. So now I think back to 2008, what was I doing? Well, I had a job and I wasn't invested in anything. And I lived my life. Me and my wife, went out and bought stuff and bought cars and went grocery shopping and went out to eat and went to the movies and, did trips and everything. We weren't financially well, but it wasn't due to the stock market. It was due to our overspending. But my point is, if you don't pay attention to it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the stock market drops. You're still going to live your life. I had no idea that it was happening. I didn't have any idea of the 2008 crash as far as what real effect that it had or what it even meant. I didn't understand. As far as the stock market was concerned, I didn't get it. I do now, but if you're not paying any attention or you're not involved, then it doesn't matter. You're still going to go out and go to work, most likely. There were some industries that were hurt as far as jobs are concerned and things like that. But the vast majority of people went to work, came home, had dinner with their families, paid their bills, took vacations, bought unnecessary things, and they went on with their life. Nothing happened. In those people's minds, nothing happened. Now, in the stock investor's mind, it was horrible. And I think back to that era, and my boss at the time was involved in the stock market. He had he was the owner of the business, and he relied on the economy, and I didn't understand the economy. I just knew I went to work for this guy for 40, 50 hours a week, and he cut me a check that I went and spent. But I remember him being stressed out and always looking at the numbers, What's going on here? What's going on there? Did we get this contract? Did we land that? Always worried about accounts payable. Are they paying their bill? Are they not? Are they going bankrupt? All those things. He was involved. So he was worried about it. Now, what I'm saying is, after that, everything was fine. Everything just took off after that. And, I stopped hearing about him complain about the economy or the stock market. Even though, I didn't even ask, but he would complain about, I remember just hearing him talk about, oh, this dropped or that dropped or whatever. And it was, I don't know what my point is. I'm kind of rambling, ain't I? My point is, adopt a long-term mindset, because these dips and drops, it's just the nature of the beast. It's going to happen. Are we going to have a major one like 2008? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But what are you going to do if we did? Are you going to just stay the course? Still go to work? Still do your thing? Most likely, yes, you are. Or are you going to take advantage in the stock market if you're invested in the stock market? Are you going to buy more? Mortgage rates are the lowest they've been in a long time. Now, especially if you're young, might be the time to lock in your housing cost. People say, well, I don't want to buy, if you're in a spot where you want to be, if you know you're going to be in the area that you're going to be for, for the long foreseeable future, buying a house now is probably the most prudent thing you can do to lock in your housing cost for 30 years or whatever it is. Because rent just continues to climb. It just continues to climb. Ever since, the past 20 years, my rent has, risen about 400%. Now, I could have bought a house back 20 plus years ago, and my same housing cost from 20 years ago will still be my housing cost today if I didn't move, do something stupid like take out a home equity line of credit and spent it on something dumb. My housing costs, let's see, I remember looking at it wouldn't have worked. Well, I remember 20 years ago I was looking at a condo. This was before I met my wife, and they were going for about I remember distinctly, it was $29,900 for a condo, and it would have been slightly cheaper than the rent I was paying at the time. Now, it was a 2-bedroom condo, so I would have probably had to have sold and moved up, but just saying, if I would have bought that condo and kept it all this time, my mortgage payment would have been around $400 a month. I said that right. $400 a month. If I would have bought a house in my younger age. But, that's either here nor there. We're not there no more. And now my housing cost is, well over $1,000. So, but anyhow, 2008, are we going to have a repeat of 2008? Nobody knows. What were you doing in 2008? If you weren't invested in the market, did life just go on as normal? I suspect that it did, most likely. For the vast majority of people, there's going to be some exceptional cases there that, you know, the 2008 crash really affected them. But for the vast majority of people, I can almost guarantee you that absolutely nothing changed in their life. And so take that for what it is. That was just my thought of the day. And leave me a comment down below, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.